Hey, what's going on, guys? Look at what the cat dragged in. We got old my brother's Dipper or cross-dressing Dipper or whatever you want to call this guy. Got old Rusty Landis from Christmas Vacation, and we got our buddy Bones. This is the second part of the political correctness video. We also want to give a big special shout out to Tow Truck and Dipper. The poor guy kind of, lost his mind. He's a little senile and deleted his YouTube. Why? That's what us old folks do. We just start hitting the delete button and BAM! So, right here, there's a link for his YouTube. Just take the smallest second out of your day to go subscribe to him. He's a good friend of ours. So, other than that, we ain't got much else to say other than to get into this video. So, roll that intro! Hey, what's going on, guys? Michigan Dipper with the part 2 of the political correctness video. I think we all can agree that America needs to get rid of political correctness. So we got my buddies here, got old Johnny Boy and Rusty. You don't mind if I call you Rusty, do you?
No.
Good. You go by my brother's Dipper or cross-dressing Dipper or, whatever you want to call you, whatever you're feeling like today. And, well, Russell, you're just Russell. So,
yep.
We're coming back with you full, just balls to the wall.
We're coming back with a vengeance.
Because, honestly, this whole political correctness crap, it's gots to go. And, like I said in my last video, you're not going to conform me because I'm a little bit too old and a little bit too wise. So let's pack us a dip. I'm going to be dipping on that whiskey blend today. What
Whiskey blend.
Imagine that. Did you get it from the same store that I did?
Same store.
What about you, Russell?
Some whiskey blend.
Whiskey blend. Man, in a small little town. Man, get a little pinchy pinch. Surprising. This stuff ain't as dry as it normally is when I used to get it out of state. So, Mud Jug of the day, of course, you know how we do it on this channel. We're Mud Jug supporters. We don't buy from the competition. But I think what I am going to do is I am going to pick up one of our competition's coffee cups and run it through a few tests so I can give my 110% opinion, but I think it stands where it's at. So, I got the Confederate Snow Camo. What about you, Johnny?
I got the Lock and Load.
Oh, and look at that.
I got the Mud Jug Roadie.
See? You can put them in your vehicle.
It's a proven fact.
Alright. So, I'm going to list off a couple things. Some new notes that I wrote down about old political correctness. Here's a good one. It all goes with, like Christmas. They're trying to take, Merry Christmas out. People get offended too easy when you say Merry Christmas. It's Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to take Christmas out because what's really the first letter in Christmas? Christ. So, I know you guys work in, we'll just say a knockoff of Walmart. So you guys deal with customers all the time, so you don't want to be like, oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm offended! You know, next thing you know, you got a case and you're in front of the boss man and he fires you.
You gotta really watch what you say.
You know, it's like, here's another good one. You guys, you know, we all love terrorists. They stop profiling now at airports because, oh, it's going to offend somebody. You know, we can't say, oh, well, that guy's Muslim, or that guy's, he's an Arab, or he's, you know, Middle Eastern, you know. We can't profile nobody. That's a big no-no. And then, let's see here. Oh, let's see. This is a funny one. A lawyer in New York sued all the bars in New York, okay, because the ladies would have ladies' night. Well, that's gender discrimination. Do you believe that? I can't believe that. So the ladies want to have a good night, you know, throw on their best clothes, you know, do a little twerking and, you know, whatnot. You know, pick up some guys, have some premarital sex. But you don't see us having gentlemen's night, do you?
Nope.
It's called bachelor party.
Bachelor parties.
Bachelor parties?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one, boys. Okay, now they have banned at least 50 terms out of school texts, such as the word like dinosaur. You know, in case it offends somebody that, you know, believes in evolution. You know, it might offend them. Yeah, dinosaur. Yeah. It's in case if they get offended because they believe in evolution. Well, I don't believe that we crawled out of the sea and became monkeys and caveman and Neanderthals.
I did.
Well, you're just a special breed. Oh, here's a good one. Anybody got divorced parents?
Yep.
Okay, you got divorced parents? Your folks still together?
Yeah.
Okay, my folks, they've been split up. They've also taken divorce out because, you know, the little kids, you know, they'll get hurt because, you know, their parents aren't together. So you can't say divorce no more. Oh, no.
So what are you supposed to say then?
They're separated.
They're separated?
They're separated. They live in different homes with different mommies and daddies. Oh, here, you want to hear a good one? Here's another good one. Even birthday can offend somebody because the Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't believe in birthdays. They don't believe in Christmas. They don't believe in none of that. New Year's, nothing.
Are they even American?
Mm-mm. Probably not. They're their own special breed.
I know when they show up at my house, I'm always like kind of scared.
Oh, me too. They dress in them fancy suits and they got their briefcase and their little whatever you want to call it book. You know, Jehovah's Witness.
You could easily mistake them for the CIA or.
Man, men in black suits, sunglasses. Man, you know what I think it is, guys. Our society has gotten hypersensitive to a lot of stuff.
It has.
It has.
You know, I mean, like I said in my last video about gender and race, and you know, we put so many labels on people that it's like, well, good night. You know how everybody's just, oh no, don't, you know, that's my feelings are hurt. You know, it's like trying to hurt Bones' feelings. You think he's gonna give a crap? Nah.
Nope.
Bones doesn't have a jaw. He can't say anything about it.
Well, I mean.
Well, he's got a big old dip of grizzly in right now, but.
Well, I mean, when you try to stuff the whole can, of course your jaw's gonna probably break.
Yeah.
I don't know though. He had that red oak tree in there that one
Oh
night.
man, that is true. Oh, here's a good one. Remember when we were kids, we'd always read Mark Twain, you know, like Huckleberry Finn?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They've started to republish those books because of the N-word and the word slave. Oh, well, you don't want to, you know, don't want to use the N-word. We don't use the N-word on this channel, but...
But that's a historical factor, okay?
Right.
That's how it actually was. You can't just rewrite something and say it's not politically correct now.
Right.
It was back then.
Exactly.
It's like you're rewriting history.
Well, that's what they're doing. Like all the kids nowadays, they like to just rewrite history, you know? Like, this didn't happen, this happened. We'll put this into place.
It's like you want our kids to learn about our history, but yet you're trying to block it out from them.
Exactly. Now this is funny. I listen to podcasts while I'm at work, like Coast to Coast, the Alex Jones Show, and they were talking on Coast to Coast that I can't remember what city it was, but they're starting to rename birds, like the Blackbird, because the colored folks will get offended by that. He'll be like, "Hey Johnny, you see that blackbird out in that tree? That's a pretty good looking bird." Oh no, you can't say that. I don't know what they're going to call it now, but you can't say blackbird because that'll offend some of our colored folks. Now I touched on this my last video. I like the word cripple. You probably heard people, "Oh, that guy's a cripple.
Yep.
That woman's a cripple." Okay? Now, yeah, it can be, depending on the context, be like, "Oh man, my hand's crippled up today," or whatever. But, like I said, we used to call people, that were handicapped or, in a wheelchair or had a funny leg or whatever, they're cripples.
But now it's disabled.
Or physically
Yep,
challenged.
Physically challenged.
You can't call someone impaired.
No.
You can't call someone retarded.
But here's the funny thing, guys. In the Bible, it says Jesus healed the crippled, the blind, the disabled, So it's in the Bible, the word crippled. So why are we taking crippled out? Oh, I don't understand that. But it's in there. Look in Luke or even the book of Mark Matthew. Sorry. All revved up. Let's see. To me, I think political correctness is, let's see, how did I write that? Political correctness is tyranny with manners, in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
And now we were talking about this earlier. 5 California students were sent home because they were wearing American flag t-shirts on Cinco de Mayo. And because it offended some of the Mexican students. Now, if you know, I got me a nice little Mexican lady, purty gal. I love her to death.
Those senoritas can't do you no wrong.
The Latina heat. And that's the gal that I started buying my dip from. Now we're a happy couple. And I asked her, I said, what are your thoughts on this? And she says, I think it's a bunch of crap. She says, this is America, freedom of choice, and why should we be offended that a country is so free, but yet everybody gets offended so easy? She says that would be like, her going to the 4th of July with a Mexican flag t-shirt on. She said it shouldn't matter. So guys, what are your thoughts on all this today's, political correctness? Is it
To me, it's all dumb and just a bunch of crap. And we need to go back to the way it was years ago. What about you, Johnny?
I believe everybody now in this day and age, we take the little things too seriously. Like words that used to be hate words are now suddenly okay to use, like I said in my last video. And people, they tend to get, we're afraid of offending everybody is the problem. We're afraid of what other people will think. We're afraid of messing up or saying the wrong thing, and that's something that we shouldn't be worried about in this day and age. Like, if you had a black friend, you wouldn't call him an African American. You'd call him black, because that's what he is.
Right. I agree.
He's black. You can't just call him an African American, because in all sensible sounds, that just sounds stupid.
Not only that, but he might not even be from Africa.
Right.
He could be from right here in the United States, and...
Well, it's just the thing is, we've gotten to labels. Too many labels.
Well, think of it this way. He's a Chauncey. He's not a Hakeem, okay? He didn't grow up in Zimbabwe. He probably grew up in New York or one of the major cities here in America. He didn't live in Africa, so why would you call him an African American?
It's like I said, we got the Oriental Americans, we got the Native Americans, we got African Americans. I mean, like I said, the list is from here to the highway. And, a lot of people, they're sitting there listening to social media, and you know, I don't listen. I'll watch social media, but for the most part, I take it with a grain of salt because it's just like fear. You know, if they say, well, the terrorists are coming, you know, ISIS is coming, you know, it's fear. Like, oh my God, everybody's on pins and needles because, you know, they're waiting for the next terrorist attack.
Yep.
You know, it's like, when did we get so, you know, thin skin? Nobody has a thick skin anymore, you know, to take criticism, whether it's, you know, creative criticism or just criticism in general.
Or another good example would be like me going out to you and be like, hey, you need to get rid of your beard. That offends me.
Right. You know, it's like,
John, you need to shave your mustache. That offends me too.
yeah, you got a trash stash going on.
Yeah.
How do I know you're not some kind of pedophile? Stop touching me.
You don't. That's
Exactly.
the thing.
You know, I mean, what we're trying to say here is stop being, you know, just stop being a pussy, you know? Get a thicker skin and just, you know, live your life and be happy. You know, I mean, if you believe what the media tells you, you're in trouble. That's the first order of business right there. You're in trouble if you believe that. You know, it's just like I touched upon, you know, like the Ferguson case, you know, with like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson coming in, you know, and people, oh, they're great, you know, they're helping. No, they're not. They're escalating the situation.
They're just getting all hyped up because one of their own was shot and killed.
I mean, you don't see, you know, it's like, I say this all the time. I says, you know, you don't see if a white officer kills another white kid or, you know, whoever. They don't get press media. It's always color-coded. And why is that? You know, and I just can't wrap my brain around it. You know, I treat everybody with respect. And I know these guys do the same. You know, why can't we all do that?
And that's like another good example of this is the whole Chris Kyle, the American Sniper movie.
Yeah.
Everybody blew up about that. Oh, he's no hero. He's no hero. He's a piece of shit. No, he is an American hero who did what his job was to do.
Well, here's another thing. What I always notice is if you question anybody that's in the military or in any type of form of political, you know, if you question what they do, you're unpatriotic. You know, it's like I got a video I'm going to come up with like conspiracies, you know, like with the 9/11. If you don't believe that 9/11 happened the way it did,
Then
you
you're
know,
not American.
You're not American, you know? And I had some issues with my neighbor guy about that. You know, oh, you're a truther, you know, you should believe that because that's what happened. Well, when I look at the facts, things don't make sense. Like, you got these huge two superstructures that get hit by a plane and then crumble within 45 minutes of each other? I'm sorry, I can't believe that. You know, and then like Flight 93, you know, mysteriously vaporized in the countryside. Yep. Or whatever hit the Pentagon. They say a plane or a missile, you know. There's no wreckage. There is some sort of wreckage, but it's not from a Boeing 747 or whatever the plane was. It was like a step down. So just be open-minded in today's society. Don't hate nobody, you know. Just treat each other with respect, you know. Like I says with the Bible, people, you know, say, well, you know, it's just a fairy tale. It's just made up. How can it be made up? Okay, we're all too evil to make something up like this. Just have faith. You know, if you have faith in it, you know, you can't go wrong.
Faith is the key to a better reality. When you see the world as a whole, and you take a look at everything around you, and you take a closer look at how the world was created, you tend to see things in a better light.
Right. You know, and it's like we were talking earlier about, I says, here's an example. I says, you know, for all the atheists, you know, like Darwin, he admitted he was wrong in his theory. And I says, so you're just saying that all this happened by chance? I says, no, I can't believe that. I says, when I'm out in the woods and I'm sitting or walking and I look around, I'm like, this just didn't happen by chance. I says, I'm going with God on this one. We're going to wrap it up with this. You never know. We might have a part 3. You never know.
You never know.
So, if we don't see you around, we'll see you around. Here